Hey everybody, welcome to How I See It with Kevin Levrone, brought to you by Levrone Supplements and starring the man himself, all the way from
Kevin
the Baltimore,
Levrone.
Maryland area, Kevin Levrone. How are you, sir?
What's happening, Ron? How are ya? Muscular development. And my family around the world. So what do we have coming up, Ron? What are the questions we have? And lay them on me, brother. By the
Okay.
way, this is the first time I'm hearing these questions, and I always like to do this because it's like the real reaction is what you get. So nothing's rehearsed right here.
So any outrage or anything that you see from Kevin, this is going to be not rehearsed, completely genuine. Okay?
That's right.
All right, you asked for it. Here we go. From DPH. 2 questions. 1, did you ever think of starting to hit calves again? I think bringing your calves up would be a great addition to the quad improvement you've made. Should be easy peasy compared to all the other heavy work you've been doing.
Guys, remember one thing, okay?
Yeah.
I've thought about all these things, and as I continue to train, we will get to those areas. But most importantly was my legs and my back. And the legs are coming up, and the backs are certainly coming up. So, yeah, we will get to the calves, man. But I appreciate that question. Yes.
Okay, you ready for part 2?
Yes.
Are you sitting down? Okay. Here we go. How much of a role do you feel Esicline played in your physique while on stage during the 90s? There's the old funny saying by Flex Wheeler, no more Esicline was left to find because Kevin bought up the whole market, or something to that effect. See, now you probably wish I read these questions to you first.
No, I don't, because
Okay.
actually Esicline didn't play a part in me winning no show or me having to do with any of my body parts in the 90s or 2000s. So,
I mean, how widespread
rumors
was
fly.
it? Did everybody use it back then? I mean, how widespread was Esicline? I want to know personally.
I don't know really, Ron. I haven't sat down and had a conversation with any bodybuilder that used it. I have never sat down and had a conversation with any bodybuilder that used it. Now, I know that one thing that it does is when you do have a lagging muscle part, what it does is swell that muscle up,
Right.
for a short period of time. But I don't know how safe it is. I don't know anything really about it. And I don't think Sean Ray lived by it, Dorian Yates lived by it, I lived by it, or even Flex Wheeler lived by it. So, a lot of things are just rumors and everything else out there flying around. But Flex and I never had a conversation about anything like
Yeah. Can you hear me? Your audio dropped on me there. Yeah. Can you hear me? We're back?
Ron?
Yep, okay, we're back. Lost your audio there for a second. We'll continue. Yeah, I mean, from talking to people, all I know about Esicline is that it was like an inflammatory agent, and that's it.
Yeah,
It would
that's
inflame
it.
a muscle. That's it.
I don't know where we stopped off, but like I said, it wasn't something that we lived by in the 90s. No, it was something that was out by the 90s. Like there's a lot of things out right now that bodybuilders don't really use, but they're out. And people assume that they do use everything out there. But no, we didn't. I didn't live by it and build my career on it. I died of Sean, Dorian Yates, Chris Cole Murray, and Flex Wheeler did.
I think what happens with and now you'll hear some people you'll talk to that they think they know everything about what's used and what's not used. They'll say every pro is using Synthol, every single one. And if anybody says
No,
yeah,
that's not true.
I don't believe it's.
That's not true at all,
everybody,
And
yeah,
that's not true at all. These guys have genetics. The bottom line, they do have genetics.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at Big Ramy, the guy has genetics. You look at Phil, they got genetics. Look at Kai Green, he has genetics.
Right.
There's not one single drug in the world that anybody can take to look like either one of those guys.
Yeah.
So it's not, get that out of your head, man. These guys just have genetics. I mean, Kai Green is in his 40s. I mean, what bodybuilder do you know in his 40s that never had an injury? He looks great, looks phenomenal. He's huge. He's in shape, always in a good mood.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just genetics, man. And the bottom line, just let it go, guys. The sport is a good, clean, healthy sport. As long as you do things right, you get the right medical care, take care of yourself. Don't overindulge in anything. Not only just bodybuilding, just in life.
Yeah.
Just take your time, enjoy life. These guys go to the gym all the time. These guys watch what they eat all the time. They train all year round,
Yeah.
And that's why they are the elite of the top of the chain in what they're doing. You know,
Well,
they're not doing anything crazy and drastic, man.
well, I've said this so many times, but I just have to always say it over and over again because I think the reason you get that attitude from certain elements of the fans or whatever is because it's a lot easier to accept that I don't look like Kevin Levrone, I don't look like Big Ramy because I'm not using some drug or combination of drugs that you're using. If I did that, I would look like them. If I have to admit that there's no drug in the world, there's nothing, no amount of training, drugs, nothing is ever going to make me look like Big Ramy, then that's a bummer. And a lot of people they're in denial and they don't want to accept that.
Yeah, it's just genetics. No matter how hard I train, no matter what I do, I'm never going to look like I used to look in 2000 or in the 90s. I can get somewhat close, but I'm not going to be able to reduplicate that. And people need to understand another thing, the fact of this. Yeah. An acorn is an acorn. It has to go through a process before eventually, over years and years and years and years, where it nurtures, where it grows into an oak tree. You just can't start off looking like Kai Green, looking like Phil Heath, looking like these top-notch bodybuilders out there. You know, you just don't happen overnight. Kai Green has been bodybuilding since he was a teenager. Yeah. You know, and the guy is in his 40s now. I mean, just doesn't come. You can't be a lawyer or attorney, you know, without going to law school path. Then you can't become one of the best. You're talking about the best in the world. Yeah, you could become a bodybuilder. You might get a pro card because it's easy to get nowadays. They give out so many of them. But to be one of the best in the world that you do, it takes years and years and years, and it takes a special DNA to do that. And not everybody's called to do it. Sorry, guys. It's just not going to happen if you don't have the God-gifted genetics.
Yeah. And while you're talking about Kai Green, I want to encourage everyone. There was on your Instagram, Kevin Levrone, you posted up something when you and Kai were in a car in Australia riding. Yeah. Somebody was filming it, and Kai talked about an experience he had with you. I don't know how long ago it was, like 2005 or something. Yeah, it was a long time ago when he was a teenager, I think. Wow. But it was way back when I was guest posing in the 90s, you know, and he came up to me and I signed it to him, you know, and he was very nice, just like he is now, the same personality, that same nurtured guy, you know, always searching and looking for a way to prosper his personality or his environment. And I said, from one champ to another, you know, hey, keep going, man. And that was it. And he never forgot about it. And to this day, he's always respected me for that. Yeah. I mean, I thought that was really cool. Yeah. He does, like you said, I mean, I don't think I've known him as long. I didn't meet him when he was a teenager, but that's a guy that success has not changed one bit. He's still funny, humble, makes time to, you know, anybody can go up to him, and if he has time, he'll talk to you for like an hour, no matter who you are. Yeah. Just because he values everybody's input and attention. And exactly. And he loves it. That's just who he is. Yeah. That's just who he is, you know. And these guys out here, well, Kai Green he's not trying to be anything. He's just who he is, trying to be himself. I'm not trying to be anything. That's just my personality. When I talk, certain things come out of it, you know, because I care, like he cares. Certain individuals just care, and they communicate on a deeper level, you know. I got to say, you have so much more energy in your voice now than like the last month, 2 months before leading up to that show. It's like, wow, Kevin's back. It's cool. Yeah, man. Thank you, Ron. Dude, it was like talking to a zombie. You know? Well, I guest posed, you know. I felt good after my guest posing here in Maryland. Yep. You know, I looked better than I looked at the Australia show. Yeah. So I feel in my heart right now that, you know, I did what I said I was going to do. 2016, I said in 2018, I would look better than I did in 2016. I feel as though I did that. And whatever mistakes I made or whatever decision I made to make in Australia, I felt like I made up for it when I came back here in Maryland and delivered the package that I shoulda, woulda, coulda, or shoulda, whatever my fans would be delivering in Australia. But unfortunately, there were some things that took place, and I had to make a decision, and that didn't happen until I got back to Maryland. But I still reached what I needed to reach a week later. So the guest posing, I mean, how many people would you say were there that? It was about 900. I mean, that followed you. I mean, because it was in the Baltimore area and that's where you're from, you must have had a lot of people there. No, it was packed out. It was packed out. You know, Rich Singelman was a great promoter. He emceed the show. You know, everybody came. You know, I was surprised at the support that I got,
because I had guest posts here in about 20 years.
Wow.
And yeah, so long, man. And everyone showed out. You know, he had double the attendance he had last year, and it was just good. It was great, 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 great for me, and I hope I inspired some people. So felt good being on stage back here in Maryland where I started.
Yeah, I mean that had to be a cool thing for the people. There had to be some people there that knew you from the very start. You know,
Yeah.
you just started.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Rich Singelman, the MC, he judged me. He was a judge when I was an amateur at the NPC. You know.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of the guys there were, you know, judges and stuff, and yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, next question. Remember, these are not screened questions, people.
That's okay, man. Yep, throw it on me, bro.
Back in your prime, it is well known that you would only train and obviously take quote-unquote supplements for 3 to 5 months out of the year preparing for a show. Your body got a long break from the supplements during that long off time. However, nowadays, since your comeback a couple of years ago, you've been pretty friggin' huge the whole time. Certainly nothing like back in the day where you would drop down to 215-ish or so when taking a break between shows. You say you get blood work done often, which is great, but you at least take some short breaks from the sups every now and then for general
Of course.
health. Yeah, I mean,
of course I do. I mean, that's not my decision. It's my doctor's decision.
yeah.
Again, you know, yeah, I have a team of people that look after me, and we're doing everything, dotting the I's and crossing the T's. But of course, man, we're not heavy to the metal with pushing things beyond, you know, the limits and putting stress on my organs or nothing like that. So,
Yeah. Do you know we have a show every week on MD now with the anabolic doc?
no, I didn't know that.
So he's do you know who he is?
If you tell me his name, I would.
Dr. Thomas O'Connor. They call him the anabolic doc. So his whole show, this is a cool thing to throw out there, so you know, it's for mainly guys, you know, in our age range. Younger guys can watch it, should too, but it's mainly for guys who either have used gear in the past or are still using it. Just want to stay really healthy, and he talks about a lot. He takes questions, and he wants these guys to all live to be 100 years old. And he's get these tests done. You know, maybe you should be on a statin. And
definitely.
There are safer ways. There are ways to keep yourself healthy and living longer if you really make the effort to do it. It's not that
guys want to know why I don't look my age. Because I take care of myself, get my blood work done. I've always done that. So
moisturize? No.
No, I don't use moisturizers. Don't get facials or nothing. I don't even put on lotion, man.
I'm going to put you on the spot, Kevin. It's not such a dirty thing anymore to talk about. Botox?
Never.
Wow. Look at that.
No.
Crazy. Well, me neither, but you know, you look up close, you'll see all kinds of shit going on. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a training question. So here we go. Kevin, can you list the exact order of exercises you do on chest, delt, tri day? I know. Hold on. Most guys I've known that do push-pull as you do will do entire chest, followed by entire delts, then triceps. So then they do isolation chest exercise like flies, crossovers, etc. before even getting to shoulders. Seems like that would tire out the shoulders for that first basic shoulder exercise, like military presses or press behind the neck. From these super heavy press behind necks that you do, I'm guessing you do them right after flat bench and inclines, then come back to do your chest isolation exercises later.
No, I do chest, flat bench, incline, flies. I do 3 exercises for chest.
Yeah.
Then I go to behind the neck press. I do 3 exercises for shoulders, behind the neck press, because it hits all 3 heads. I start off with that. Yeah. Then I go to side lateral raises, front lateral raises. Then sometimes I'll finish them off with rear delts on a machine. You know. Okay. After that, I'll do the tricep push downs. I do 3 exercises for triceps, easy curl bar push downs, dumbbell push ups. You know, dumbbells behind the head like this.
Yeah.
And then I'll do reverse curl push downs.
So you're doing those 4 and 5 pound presses behind the neck after you've already done heavy inclines and heavy flat presses and flies.
And flies, yeah.
So if you started off a workout with, not that anybody would recommend this, don't try this at home, but if you started off with shoulders instead of chest, you know, would you probably put another plate on there?
No, because 405 is enough. 315 is enough.
No, I know it's enough, but I'm saying because you'd be fresh, you wouldn't have already done your flat and incline pressing. You could probably get up.
Yeah, but I could probably do more, yes, but it'll ruin my workout for my chest.
Okay. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Our Roberto says, will Kevin consider working with trainers for a given period of time and examine results? For example, follow Neil Hill's S3? That's not right. It's like YT3. Program for 2 months and show results. Then try Charles Glass or whoever and so on. The idea is to fully and religiously adhere to a new style to examine results. Would be a great video series.
Yes, sir. I would try that, man. Matter of fact, we're going to get a little more involved with the fans out there and help people and stuff like that. So I'll be stepping in to those areas to help people and to take them on as clients and so on and so forth.
Have any, top name coaches, anybody approach you that they want to work with you and see what they can do for you?
Yeah.
What are you telling them?
Well, Milos Sarchev
Okay.
is definitely, he wants to work with me.
Yeah.
And I know Milos. I trust Milos, and Milos, yeah, we kind of talked about it. A few other guys, Chris Cormier, people like that.
Did you ever go through one of those Milos workouts with all the crazy giant sets?
No.
No? Have you seen them? You've seen them being done?
Yes.
I mean, would you want to try it? I'm just curious.
Yeah, I definitely would try anything. Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that thing with Hide Yamagishi where he was putting him through the shoulder workout.
Yeah, he's been pushing him really hard.
It was insane. I don't think he picked up anything heavier than like a 25-pound dumbbell the whole time. He just didn't stop moving for like 40 minutes.
Milos is again. You're talking about somebody that's been in the industry for years, years and years and years. He just didn't pop on the scene, So he's well educated and knowledgeable when it comes to everything when it comes to building muscle.
Yeah. I'd be curious. I'd watch a video where he put you through a workout for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Dariusz Piwowarski from Poland. Kevin, are you 100% sure that Arnold Australia was your last show? You said you have a feeling you can improve the legs even more. Are you sure?
Yeah. Yes, I'm sure. I'm not going to compete anymore. Okay. But I don't need to compete to walk on stage to improve the legs. I can just keep going what I'm doing in the gym, post videos, stay in shape, and show you guys my legs as I'm training through the gym or do posing sessions online, going through routines and stuff. Matter of fact, what I want to do is start showing people through live feed and stuff how to pose, maybe put a few posing routines together, showing them my legs, showing proper way to, just to align your body and do all these things. So it's going to be interesting moving forward because, there's no reason for me not to show my legs now. Yeah. The whole world has seen my legs. They know that I put the size back on my legs. So my goal is to continue to grow the legs, continue to just stay in shape all year round, and put on some quality muscle in the areas that that it has kind of atrophied or gotten smaller. I feel better. I feel great right now. Right now my weight's 244. I'm still lean, still in shape. Looking forward to going to the FIBO, which is coming up next weekend. So. In and out on the road, guest posing for my fans and guest posing in these countries where I'm going. I wasn't comfortable to guest pose before because I was, everybody was making, so fun of me because of 2016 and I wasn't showing my legs and you're just posting upper body stuff. So now I'm putting stuff out of my legs. So. It's going to be a nice journey moving forward, and I feel like I'm going to be giving the fans what they need, and I don't need to walk on stage to do that. All I need to do is just show them.
So, is your goal to get your legs as close to their biggest ever as you can?
It is because I like training. It feels good. I feel like I'm 80% there, and it's just a challenge for me. To continue to train. Hook up with guys like Chris Cormier, hook up with guys like Milos, and just continue to push my body. Yeah. It's challenging, and I feel good, and I'm healthy doing it. So why let yourself grow old when you don't have to?
True. I was thinking right before we started this that this is the first time you've actually been officially retired. You were never officially retired.
No, I was never officially retired. I just walked off stage. But now this is it,
I mean, it has to kind of feel good in a way because now it's like you're definitely on to your next chapter. There's
Ron, it really does feel good. I got closure. I came back. I took all those years off, didn't do anything for 15 years. And within that period of 2 years, I was able to do what I did. And I felt like I was, when I got back to Maryland, I guest posed in Maryland, I felt like I was 80% of what Kevin was. So I feel really good about that. But I also know that in time, I can just get bigger and get better. So there's no doubt that another 5 months from now, my legs are going to be bigger, my back's going to be thicker, no different than what Kai Green's doing. You know, Kai Green is bigger now than he was last year and the year before and the year before that. He's just constantly still growing and improving and being lean, and why not? You know, I can feel like I have the opportunity to do the same thing and to give my fans that same effect that he's given his fans, because you don't need to walk on stage to show someone your progress. You don't need to wait till a show to diet down and be in shape. You know, every day can be a show for you. Every month can be a show for you. I can say, okay, guys, I'm going to go into some serious training. I'm going to reveal what I look like July the 16th on my birthday. You know, that could be, you know, a show for me online for my fans or whatever it is that I want to do. So I don't have to wait to walk on stage and be compared to anybody else anymore, because I've done that 69 times. And for the ones that don't know, I've won 22, 23 pro shows, been a pro since 1991, got second in the Mr. Olympia 4 times, won 2 Arnold Classics, won 20-some pro shows. The rest was 18 second. And I competed on an average of 7 to 8 times a year for 11 years straight in the IFBB when it was the most competitive ever. Yeah. So I have nothing to prove, but I have every reason to motivate every single person out there that want to quit and give up on themselves because of their age, because they have no help, because no one taught them or showed them, because they just got the wind ripped out of their sails, because they felt like they were belittled from other people. You know, you're great. You can do it. Do it for yourself. Just do it because you want to do it. And that's it, man. I don't have nothing to prove to nobody. I love it. I'm doing it because I get these messages from people out there saying how much I motivated them. You guys are the one that brought me out of retirement. You guys are the reason I'm sitting here right now. It's not because I want to push and sell my supplements. You don't see anything on me that says Levrone Signature Series. Go out and buy it. Go out and buy it. Go out and buy it. I'm not a push hard sales guy to push my supplements. They speak for themselves. You know, we're in 60-some different countries, doing great around the world, and that's a separate thing than me sitting here, going in the gym, and motivating people. You know, if they want to buy my supplements, great. They're good, clean supplements. I'll talk to you about those, but there's a time and place for that. So right now, we're talking about motivating and getting someone fired up so they can reach their goals. You know, you got to start by having a positive mindset, first of all, and that's it. And I don't need. I can do that. I don't need to train for a show to do that. I can just help these guys do that, because these guys, these messages that I've been getting, it fires me up. They love me, you know. So if God has blessed me to be in this position to give back at a later age in my life, why should I hold back and not do that? Yeah. I'm doing it for free. That's
July
it.
16th is your birthday.
That's it, Baba.
Start sending your gift cards and everything in now, but you'll be 54.
Oh,
is that right?
It doesn't matter. Yeah, I'll be 54, Ron. No, I'll be 53. I'll be 52. I'll be 60. I don't know what I'll be.
It's like Al Beck.
Maybe I'm turning 60. Such.
Damn it. I know you're not turning 60. I know you're not that old.
No, I'm not.
Someone's got like a driver's license copy somewhere. Someone can actually figure it. You'll be 54.
I don't think they do have a copy. You know, online it says I was born in 63.
Right.
There's different places and stuff like that. You know, they got my birth certificate screwed up at the hospital. So somewhere between 63 and 64.
Oh boy, here we go again.
Yeah, or 66. So I don't know. It was one of those.
You actually do know how old you are, though, right?
You know.
No?
I'm trying to figure it out, yeah.
Because, like, I had a grandma, one of my grandmothers came over from Russia, and they forged all her paperwork. She actually never did know. She had no idea how old she was.
You know, that's kind of like what happens sometimes, you know. In the hospital, people make some mistakes. They might have the wrong date, give the wrong baby, and you got to try to find out and mix things up. So, you know, I'm trying to get all that worked out.
You might actually only be 40. All right. Wouldn't that be a hoot if we figured that out?
I knew it was in July. How about that?
Okay. You were born in Kenya. Okay, so one more question. Vin77, in revelation of a recent Jay Cutler interview on Ronline, Jay revealed that he built his career by being the underdog, and that in hindsight, it was best for him, his brand, and his growth. He felt, being the underdog, he felt that he had won the Mr. Olympia if he had won the Mr. Olympia at such a young age back in 2001, he would have been at the pinnacle very early on and likely become complacent. Instead, he went on to battle Ronnie with multiple prestigious shows, including the the Arnold Classic wins, and became a fan favorite by being the underdog up until he finally dethroned Ronnie. While listening to this, I couldn't help but draw some parallels with Kevin and even Kai's career. Does Kevin have any similar feelings regarding Jay's statement? Can he relate, given that he almost won the 92 Olympia, but instead lost, yet went on to be a 4-time runner-up, win the most pro shows aside from Ronnie and recently Dexter, and became a fan favorite? There's a little bit more. Does Kevin feel that being the underdog all those years helped him and possibly benefited his career more than if he were to have won the Olympia early on, say in 92?
Yes. Yes, because my whole goal was to win the Mr. Olympia. Right. If I had won the Mr. Olympia in 1992, I would have quit. I would have went back to working with my family in the construction business because I would have accomplished my goal. The only reason why I kept going is because I kept losing and losing and losing. So I said, you know what? I'm going to win everything in the world. And I went and did. I won everything in the world, but I never won the Mr. Olympia. So it was a challenge to me after that. I'm just going to win everything in the world. And if they don't give it to me, then great. Then at least I know at least I can prove to myself that I was good enough to win if you can win everything else in the world. So why can't you win the Mr. Olympia? So it was just timing. And but it did propel me to move forward and fired me up because I was the underdog, man.
And the fans, I do think that's fans love the underdog. They always have, they always will, because especially when it's the Mr. Olympia, like you got to knock out the champ and this and that.
Yeah.
And there's times when it could have gone the underdog's way, but it didn't.
Yeah.
The fans really rally behind that guy.
The fans are great, man.
That happened to you pretty much every time that you took second.
Yeah, those guys
the fan base
awesome.
just doubled like every time.
Boom, through the roof.
Because nobody likes the champ. Everyone,
well,
I don't know. People, even Ronnie, who's like the sweetest, most wonderful guy in the world, after he'd won a few Olympias, a lot of people were like, I don't want Ronnie to win anymore.
I know, right? Like Tom Brady. I don't want him to win.
Yeah, it actually surprised me that outside of New England, Tom Brady is not loved by all.
I know.
I thought everybody in the world loved him. No?
Me too, right? Yep.
Probably not the case.
All right, man. Is that it?
That is all I had for you, sir. I appreciate it.
All right, Ron.
Much.
Thank you very much, man. And thanks Muscle Development for this platform. Guys, keep a dream, stay focused, stay strong. Never let them see you quit, baby. Bad times don't last forever. As long as you never lose, as long as you never quit, you'll never lose. And on that note, we're going to say 1, 2, 3.
Boom.
Boom.
Thanks for watching, everybody.